Another banging video, honey. In this video, we're gonna talk about critics believing that our girl, Kimmy Cakes, has removed her BBL. Let me tell y'all something right now. Kim would rather die with a backside than to live without a backside. Y'all get it? That derriere, that pedonky-donk has given Kim an entire career. And y'all think she's gonna get rid of that? She'd rather get rid of Kris Jenner first. Let's put it that way, right? No. Many people have been looking at Kim saying that the booty is not so pronounced as it used to be. But what people are not paying attention to is that these people, it seems as though they have been on the Ozempic, right? And what happens is that Kim, do you guys remember when Kim was skinny? She was so skinny that all her collarbone and her ribs and everything was showing because she went too far into the Ozempic and then she had to gain a few ounces back and then people thought she did something to the backside. No. Remember that Kim has some natural fat in her buttocks. Before Kim got the BBL, remember that Kim had a nice little size buttocks and she had a little hip for an Armenian girl and it was very jiggly, right? So she got the BBL, it was humongous and she kept toning it down until it was at that nice perky size that was just right. Okay? If you guys remember, I want to remind you guys of something before I forget about it, okay? Oh shoot, I've lost it? No, I haven't lost it. No. My friend is on YouTube who is teaching math for free. Can you imagine? Math for free. He's really good at what he does and you can just check him out. Hashtag not sponsored. The channel is Shazam MDLS. Okay. I'm going to click his channel at the end of this video or in the middle of this video so you guys can get a sense of what the channel looks like. And I'm over there too, honey. Did I tell you guys that I passed math without a calculator, but I didn't get the pass that I want? And I said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do math again because I got up the morning of my CXC, well, at that time it was CSEC exam, and I did Pythagoras theorem. There was this one problem that I just couldn't get, and I got it the morning of the exam, and I repeated it about 10 times. I got up early, and I got it, and I used the calculator that morning of the exam. And I remember that it was a rainy day, and then the police department in Jamaica is so horrible. Can you imagine transport authority working on the day of your exam? So it's held for you to get a taxi to the examination center. And luckily, I had some ins and outs, like I knew that I could detour and go to another center besides the one that I was registered to. So I went to another center besides the one I was registered to go to. I was late for the exam. Can you imagine? You're late for the exam. You're already an hour late for the exam. And not only are you an hour late for the exam, but when you step into that exam room, guess what happened? My calculator stopped working. Yes, it stopped working. I don't know what happened. I don't know if someone sat on my bag for a second or I sat on the bag when I was getting in the taxi. But when I got into the examination room and I did this, nothing. I panicked and I was there with tears streaking down my eyes. And I was like, pull yourself together. Remember, you've always been good at math. So if you cannot work out the answer and you know the routine to solve the problem, you can still pass this bitch. So I did the exam. Some of them I could work out the answer in my head, And after I got out the exam room, the time was finished, and about 15 minutes after, my math teacher called and he was like, Claudia, how was the exam? And I was like, too easy, but guess what? He said, what? I said, I was an hour late because of transport authority. He said, yes, I heard about that, but you can still, do well. And I said, no, it doesn't end there. My calculator stopped working, and he was like, you could have borrowed someone. I said, literally almost everyone in the room had 2 calculators. They all were using one, and no one wanted to lend me their calculator. So on the day when the exam result came out, you know what the teacher did? He brought me, and he was walking in the town square with my exam paper like this so everyone could see, and everyone who I went to class with was going to pick up their results, and he was showing them, y'all didn't lend her the calculator, but she passed. She passed. I passed math without a calculator, with limited time to do the exam, but I want to go back to do maths again because I'm aiming for number 1. I have to get that 1. I did accounts. I didn't go to any accounts class. I started doing a business course. So I'm going to tell you what. We're going to get back to Kim. But I have to tell you guys these things because these things are very important, because these things will help a lot of people. If you can remember these things, you will remember not to give up on yourself. Okay? So I started a business course, and I started a class, and I was going to school. That's couple years after high school, and I was doing a business course because I did the arts in high school, and I said, I think I like business, and I wanted to do business in high school, but guess what? So I put arts as my first choice, and I put business as my second choice. Now, if you were once your average was 88% and above, you're getting your first choice, right? And I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to get my first choice. So business it is. And I was so excited because I was convinced that I would be put to do business. Heck no, honey, my average was in the 90s, 98% to be exact. Arts. Arts. And I was like, oh my God, I outdid myself. I'm an overachiever, guys. So when I left school, I still felt like I was a business girly. I could just relate to business stuff. So I started school. I started business. And when I attended a class for accounts, a class for principle of business, office administration, I said, this is all common sense. Why do I need to keep paying my money? I got the books. I went home. I got some past papers, and I did them, and I passed. I did human and social biology on my own, with the help of my ex-boyfriend. He said, oh, you just need to know 4 topics. He says you just need 4 topics going into CXT. So I mastered 4 topics, and I went in at it, and I did HSB, and I was late for that exam, but it wasn't any fault of my own either. But I passed it with flying colors. I did. So always remember that, and remember to just believe in yourself. Don't give up, even when it seems dark, even when it seems hopeless. Do not quit on yourselves, okay? And always fight for your education. Even if you think you're not going to use it, it will help you to represent yourself in life, and it will just helps you to be a easy learner should you want to transition into something else. Have I stopped upgrading my education? I've paused, but I haven't stopped. And it's because of my health, but you bet your ass, like, I'm gonna still go ahead and I'm gonna fight. There are other things that I want to do, and I'm gonna really do some really big things. And when I tell you big things, you're gonna read about them, honey. You're gonna read about them. But as I was saying, I'm like this. I always, encourage my people to put their best foot forward. So, as I was saying, right? Kim Kardashian is not going to remove that BBL. That BBL is Kimmy Cake's entire career. What's going on with my internet service? So that is Kim Kardashian's entire career. Do you remember, as I was about to say before I skip into the subjects, do you guys remember, I think it was back in 2022, if not 2023, when Kim Kardashian and Ari Emanuel's wife, they were at an NBA game. LeBron James was playing, and they were just being the girly flirting with the guys, just for fun. And Kim and Ari Emanuel's wife was standing side by side, and the internet was so messy because, by this time, Kanye West was canceled already, so I think it could have been 2022. I know it's not 2024. If it was 2024, it would have been, it wasn't 2024, it was 2023. And the internet were like, because Ari Emanuel's wife, some ethnicity, they don't have buttocks. So she was in a pants that's kind of baggy. It was flat at the back. And then Kim looked like she was wearing Pampers, and it was trending on TikTok, and everyone was voting saying they would rather look like they're wearing Pampers than look like someone snatched their ass and ran off with it. So I'm just saying that to say Kim's BBL is her career. It makes her look good in her clothes, and she's not going to remove it. It hasn't been removed. The last reduction that she did, that is her final surgery on her body. She's not going to do anything else from here down. It's going to be from the neck to the face, but she's not going to do anything else. She's good with what she has going on with the frame, but the face she's going to touch. The face looks a bit exhausted, so she may have to give the face a little rest for a little while, but if she's going to do anything else, it's going to be the face. She's always obsessed with the face, but she has done enough with the body, and she has achieved the results that she wants. So she's not going to remove that BBL. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up. Peace.